Good morning and welcome to Tell Africans, Tell Nigerians. Today I'm talking about Nigeria, the Nigerian community in Switzerland. This program is in continuation of the last program, the last video that I made about the Nigerians in the diaspora organization Switzerland. That some stuff happened that we had two elections last year in December. An election was conducted on the 14th of December 2019, and the person of Mr. Johnson Odibo came as the president, and then Celeste Ugoshuku, member of the Ketika committee, conducted another election on the, I think on the, I don't know, 20th or 21st of December 2019, for the 3 or 4 days to the Christmas. And the person of Ewhrawhra, a pastor from Zurich, came up as the president. So at that time we had two presidents, and then there was a lot of problems. In the last video, I also told you, I said that for my next video, I will be with Johnson Odibo so that he can tell us exactly what's happened and how this stuff came up and the whole story. But fortunately for the whole stuff, Johnson Odibo, the president of NIDO, one of the president of NIDOSWISS, and his cabinet, the board, and some stakeholders of NIDOSWISS had a meeting with the Nigerian embassy. I was also present at the meeting. So I want to thank first the Nigerian embassy and Mr. Johnson Odibo, the president of NIDOSWISS, for the recognition, and they know that 10 Nigerians is the place where you can reach Nigerians in Switzerland. And we are also a media partner of NIDOEurope. So whatever NIDOEurope is doing, we have been publishing since 2016. And whatever NIDOSWISS is doing, we should know. So that is why we are here, and this is Tell Nigerians. My name is Emmanuel Ewhrawhra. I'm broadcasting from Switzerland, Bern, Switzerland. So for this program, I'll be telling you what's happened in a meeting. So as it be, make it not be like the verse. It is simple. I don't want to go back to draw you into a bowl of soup where sellers conduct election and tell this kind of stuff. Now that is done, because based on this meeting, we now know who the president is. I am very happy to let you know that Mr. Johnson Odibo and his cabinet are the present board members and rulers and leaders of the Nigerians in Switzerland organization. So this is this. So during this meeting comprises of different people. I'm going to show you the video briefly, but I just want to talk about the things that happened during this meeting, and some of my opinions, and also some stuff I want Nigerians in Switzerland and all over the world to know about this issue of NIDOSWISS. So it is like this. The NIDOSWISS board members, Mr. Johnson Odibo and his crew, Vice President, PRO, and some other guys were all there. And some stakeholders came also, some bros I didn't know very well came to, they spoke very well. They were there. Mr. Issa Abdullahi, one of the former president and leader of the Nigerian community in Switzerland, was present, and in fact, in short, he was the moderator of this meeting. And we are at the Nigerian embassy. So the Nigerian ambassador, Mr. Honorable Baba Madugu, was present. The head of the chancery, there's one sister from Nigeria too, and two other officers from the Nigerian embassies. From the Nigerian embassy was present in this meeting, and I was present. So it began like this. In the beginning, everybody had to introduce themselves and tell people, tell us where they're from, how long they've been in Switzerland, and what they are doing, their profession, and all this kind of stuff. So everybody, all the people present introduced themselves, showed themselves, like that, Nigerians, we like to show ourselves. Tell people how they take this Switzerland and all those things, which is good. And then the moderator began to say, talk about the past events. But first, Mr. Issa Abdullahi apologized for the behavior, that some of the things that happened in the past within the embassy and within the environment and so on within the community. He apologized to everybody, including the Nigerian embassy. And then he began to say that the Nigerian embassy, the Nigerians in diaspora organization Switzerland, this is the same that I said before. He said that this organization was somehow kidnapped by some bros, you understand, by some people, and then they try to make things possible to see how things can come better but it wasn't going ahead, so they had to escalate the matter. Enter embassy, enter NIDOEurope, enter Nigeria, everything.
On behalf of the team, I want to apologize to His Excellency on the behavior of NIDOSWISS when we came for settlement here in this office some months ago. So behind the scenes, we tried our best to see that NIDO then, which became a family's, a private property, we tried to make sure that we open it up to everybody. And the more we try, the deeper the problem becomes. And we, at a point, there are some things they wanted us to do. I mean, it's disenfranchisement, but still we agreed. For example, they said some particular people should not participate or should not present themselves as candidates. Because we wanted peace, we talked to these people and they refused to, they agreed to step down. But still, they were not happy. As soon as we talk to one person to step down and go to the next person, they will still say that person too, they don't agree with that person, they will find a reason, and that person too has to step down. So we kept going until a point we say, no, it has now become a comedy. It has become a joke. So at this stage, then the election was fixed. The electoral committee led by Philip presented a list. They did not send out the list till less than 11 hours to the elections. And then they sent out the list, which is far from what Philip, as the chairman, sent out. So all these things, again, some few hours to the election, they canceled it, saying they expected that there will be violence. Tell us from where this violence is going to come. They said it's secret, it's their own secret, so we don't need to. The fact is that there will be that problem. They received that problem and that they cancelled it. And the community, everybody wrote that, well, now we don't have time, so we cannot do the election this year. We should postpone it to next year. Suddenly we saw a day, 22nd, that the election will hold on the 22nd. So our people now say, no, this is a joke, and 3 days to Christmas, election holding, it has never happened, and definitely it's not the best time. So we held a meeting of stakeholders, and it was unanimously agreed that we should hold elections on the 14th of December. At that time, people are still around, and it's a little bit far from Christmas. And so we called trusted fellows because we don't know who they said will bring violence. So we really selected people who should attend this meeting. And then we held our meeting, a general assembly, and then had our elections. And that is why we are here today. And, yeah, so we are really going to work hard, and the trust, we know that the embassy has invested so much in the last 4 years of the caretaker committee. Otherwise, we would have since long gone out of existence. So it is the embassy that really kept us moving, and we appreciate that. We are not going to let them down. We are going to do our best. These are selected people who are willing to work, and I assure you that we are here to strengthen NIDO, and we are happy that we've taken NIDO from those people who feel NIDO has become a public property. Thank you, and we hope you give us the necessary support to carry on.
Thank you, Honorable Stakeholder Mr. Abdullahi. And if the ambassador has anything to add, then or else, or if you want to say something. Okay, thank you, sir. Before I start my presentation, we just got some other members that just came in. Probably I'll give them the opportunity to introduce themselves. One of our stakeholders.
I'm Fatima Ruby from Solotone.
Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Anyway, I'm a sculptor, been in Switzerland since 1999, and I work now as a nurse, looking after in a care home?
Good afternoon, everyone. A pleasure to be here today. My name is Justin Okenwa. I'm actually residing in Solothurn. I've been living in Switzerland since 2012, and I work with IBM. Actually, I work with IBM Watson Health, which is a life sciences business unit of IBM, and I work in sales as a business development associate, covering Switzerland, the UK, and Italy. And I've been a member of NIDO since 2013, and it's really a pleasure for me to be here once again.
Good afternoon, all. My name's Edwin Akabuiro, engineer. I've been in Switzerland for the past 25 years, and I'm the founder at Systems GmbH, and also iLocal Nigeria, as well as the founder Small World Project Engineering Group. So I'm happy to be here, and at the same time, currently I'm the secretary of this organization, NIDOSWISS.
So, to be brief, the thing is this: the Nigerian, one thing I didn't say, the chairman of the Nigerians in Diaspora Organization Europe, Honorable Mr. Kenneth Ggandi, was also in this meeting. It was a surprise visit. It was a very urgent visit for him. He had the time to come because the Nigerians, the NIDOEurope sent him to be a witness to this event, to also collect information and to know exactly what is going on. So I want to first thank Mr. Honorable Kenneth Ggandi for making it to Switzerland all the way from Hamburg, Germany. And he took his time to also talk about this event, talk about this issue. Before he began, he said things like the importance of NIDOEurope and what we want and what the goal of NIDOEurope, and also applaud Switzerland for keeping Switzerland was before the Swiss chapter was very great. We had projects 1 million Swiss francs, 600. As part of the leaders of NIDOSWISS, which is the NIDOEurope, the umbrella organization, they try to see as much as possible to be transparent. So according to him, this is what he said.
To establish the diaspora organization, just to exploit exactly what Mr. President have just highlighted. And for the past 20 years, we have gone from a dream organization where Nigerians gather and their professional exchange to having the Nigerian Diaspora Commission assigned into law by His Excellency President Buhari, who has actually demonstrated and shown a lot of commitment to the diaspora. And that is this administration will have the Diaspora Commission, and eventually we are having so many SAs on diaspora from different states. Within 2000 to today, we've been able to, as a body, secure the Diaspora Commission we mentioned. We're working on the diaspora voting, and as we speak, in February, there's going to be a seminar in Nigeria, in a Hilton Hotel, who are going to examine the possibility of diaspora voting. The current statistics from PricewaterhouseCoopers show that between 2016 and 2017 and 2018, the remittances of the Nigerians in diaspora outpaced the oil revenue of Nigeria. And he concluded that without the revenue of Nigerian Diaspora Organization, not NIDO per se, but diasporans as a whole, Nigeria as a country would have gone bankruptcy. That's the statistics, and I think nobody's contesting the fact. So it means that the diaspora, as a group, have so much to offer the Nigeria. Excellency Mohammed Buhari also actually summarized it a few months ago when he visited London, and he said that Nigerians in diaspora are needed more than ever before to come back home to assist in all the laudable projects we have actually highlighted. We had the issue in Switzerland, and the board of trustees, made up of all the chapter chairs and the executive of NIDO, sent me down to come and listen to the new executive, listen to the stakeholders, and report back to them. And so we're happy that His Excellency has given us this opportunity to be in this meeting, to listen to the new concepts from the new executive. But I will be very proud to say Sorry that I said what I said before, because they say charity begins at home. So we need to be very honest to ourselves. One of the things we want to do in NIDO, the time of people sitting down in NIDO in the name of the diaspora and do nothing is over. And we believe that if we want to admonish the federal government of Nigeria or the governments in Nigeria that they should do things better, then it's time that we also sit up and start doing things better. And so we are very, very convinced that any chapter chair or any chapter in NIDO that is not legally elected or that is not keeping up to the constitution of NIDO, which they hope to keep, or which are not democratically elected, we will not cooperate with them.
He said that when they got to know all this stuff, that there were 2 elections were conducted, he contacted Mr. Johnson Odibo, which is one of the president and also the crew of Celeste Ugoshuku. But Celeste Ugoshuku somehow, you remember I told you this guy is a lawyer, and you know, say for government, now the one you write, where they record, where they see, now they hold you. So Ugoshuku was wise enough. Ugoshuku didn't reply his email. He said that in his email, NIDOEurope wanted to know exactly what happened. So by telling them, please send in your election protocol. You know, the members that voted, how many people were there, when it took place, how, and all this kind of stuff. But Celeste Ugoshuku and his crew, Mr. Emmanuel, the president of the second election, didn't reply to NIDOEurope.
And so far, we have asked NIDOSWISS, at least the stakeholders who claim to have different election, we've asked them that we need to see the protocol of the election, we need to see the members that participated in that election, and up till today, it's only one group that has sent us everything we needed. And so we had no apology, that to say that we can only deal with a group that we know they have faces, a group that has statistics on the ground. And as I speak now, we have about 20-25 members who have remitted their remittances to Europe, so that we know them by name. And so we know their email addresses, we know their telephone number. So it's easier for us to deal with them. We cannot deal with faceless groups. And so we hope, like the chairman said, the hope is that every Nigerian is welcome to be a member of Nigerian organization, but we have to fulfill the minimum requirements. And I think the task before you, the task before the stakeholders, is to reach out to everybody who is qualified and wish to be a member of NIDO, and have the necessary procedures that is required to be a member of NIDO. And that's what I will urge you to do. NIDO.
So somehow, automatically, in this case, that means Celeste knew that what they did was bad. They knew that Celeste knew that what he was trying to portray, to do, was bad. And at this junction, now they come to a rule, say, now Johnson Odibo and his board members are the recognized people, recognized leaders of NIDOSWISS. Now, so the matter be. This is the West, this were the West of the chairman of the Nigerians in the diaspora organization Europe, Honorable Kenneth Ggandi, that was present at this meeting. And his voice is the voice of NIDOEurope. So automatically, Johnson Odibo is, I'm happy to let you know that Johnson Odibo is the present president of Nigerians in the diaspora organization Europe. And during this meeting, Mr. Johnson Odibo presented a whole lot of information, ideas, and plans that he has made for the whole of his tenure. This is very clever. This is the first time, to be frank, I'm not a bloody guy ego, but this is the first time I'm seeing a plan on a PowerPoint slide. Though he presented this plan. You know that when you have a plan, you must somehow not go achieve all the plan. But when you have a plan, that means at least you have some kind of target. We didn't have any plan to date, so this is good. So Johnson Odibo bros, you clever, you know book. We already know. So as a B, so this is it. These are the core things I want you to know. What Mr. Issa Abdullahi said, how the whole stuff began, how he apologized, and how they have came to this point. what the president presented, Mr. Johnson Odibo, and what the Honorable Kenneth Ggandi also said. And lastly, as a boss, the ambassador conclude the whole meeting. The ambassador said that after talking around and everything, being happy for everybody being around and everything, he said that since these other guys weren't present, and based on what the NIDOEurope chairman have said, Mr. Honorable Kenneth Ggandi, what he have just said is that as soon as they receive a confirmation from NIDOEurope that Mr. Johnson Odibo is the president of NIDOSWISS, they will continue and they shall continue to collaborate with NIDOSWISS through Johnson Odibo. Now, the way the matter can be now, he don't comot himself for community, because after you don't do all this work, do all those things finish, e come be like say you be like person wey dey sack from work. After you don't do many work, you be like, see, now your position now be like say they sack you for work. You know understand? Be like say they sack you for work. You know they good. I'm very glad that this kind of people now they take over NIDOSWISS, because we don't tire for all these rotational people before. We don't tire. Johnson Odibo, for your own side, the way people say we dey watch you, because whatever we dey talk about the former people and the other people, bros, we still dey look you. May you work well. I believe you personally. I believe your plans, and I don't look about your crew, and I let you know, say everything do okay. But we need you now to put that plan into place. Make una practice what you now dey preach. Una so that go conduct contact or community leaders, Delta Union, Isoko Union, or whatever union, Igbo Union, Yoruba Union, Duduwa, all of them, Hausa Union, all of them. Contact every union, contact everybody when the organization, contact all these people when get business, traders and all these things. You know understand? Make things for day well. Make everybody for day involved as Nigerians. You know understand what I mean? Contact them. And one more thing I want to talk. After that the whole meeting, I had a private interview with Honorable Kenneth Ggandi, the chairman of the Nigerians in Diaspora Organization Europe. And he get what he talk. This thing we don't know him before, but it's not loud. So I want to let you know, say, NIDOEurope, Nigerians in the Diaspora Organization Europe, now be the umbrella mother of the NIDOSWISS, Nigerians in Diaspora Organization Switzerland. So somehow that they get the power to the rule and everything, they look into the affairs. But he can't wait till he come talk. What I want to tell you now, NIDOSWISS is not for all Nigerians. So that is why, because Nigeria is a free place, Switzerland is a free place. You can create an organization all you want. Now you know how you take the runner. So the thing we say, NIDOSWISS is for professionals, and the professional what they talk now, they say you must not be an IT specialist, an engineer, you must not be a medical practitioner, you must not be a lawyer, you can be a cleaner, you can be a barber, you can be, I don't know, a tailor, you can be a broadcaster, you can be a comedian, you can be any kind of stuff you are, you get. So, but you are able to contribute yourself somehow to the betterment of the humanity Nigerians in the Switzerland somehow. You know understand? That is it. Now you make them be like that. That is why in Switzerland there is an organization called Nigerians in Switzerland, NIS. Now some bros and some sis, and then they run out for Geneva. I believe say the embassy and all those things. You understand? But somehow, when he can't tell me finish, I can't see the thinker. I can't see thinker and say, okay, because that professional now can't let people they scare. See, professional, which one be professional again? A movie, I been a ID, they become professional. You know understand? That one can't scare people. Make them make the Nigerians in the diaspora organization be for all Nigerians. Because that professional now, it can't be like say, it can't scare us. Some kind of guys that we call the yes are professional, they are professional. You can't show be professional again. You go school finish, you go university finish, the person of another level they will be professional. So it can't be like say people they confuse. So make Nigerians in diaspora organization be for all Nigerians, and let the entrance be minimal, like 10 francs to join. Make people feel they join. People not get money. People not they look us like that. Money not dey. Now they be we feel they pay. Then people they pay. You understand? So as it be, make that they do and say the Nigerians in the diaspora organization is for everybody. Because if it not be for everybody, then they say, sentiment is now involved with that professional word. So bros, NIDOEurope, I don't know that they listen to me. Make una consider what they are talking. Na proposal, I know they push am, but not just proposal. Say, because I don't dey for community, dey street, dey office, dey church. Look all these things. Come find and say this team. They say if it be for everybody, every common man will come dey join. Meeting will come dey full. Now wetin? Now idea of Isaac Obodo before, make everybody show, make everybody I get that idea somehow. Everybody, make everybody they join, everybody they come, more they celebrate, even meeting, making it be every weekend for different zones. People will enjoy them. Understand? I'm waiting I won't get to talk. So the interview between me and the Honorable Kenneth Ggandi will be a separate interview. The speech of the ambassador, Honorable Baba Madugu, it will be separate video. Then waiting the remaining people talk. What I will show now it will be the follow-up of my program of this talk. So I want to thank you very much. These are 10 Nigerians, and for 10 Nigerians, no sentiment. As we take the deal with A, I will take deal with B. Whatever you do, we'll tell Nigerians IB. Now let me see make a turn on these things. So as you take B, my name is Emmanuel, and those of you when you contribute any IB. I want to thank you so much. The page they grow, our YouTube channel also they grow. So I thank you so much, and we try our best to see we thought that which is important to Nigerians and to Africans all over the world. So see you in my next talk and enjoy the video. I'll see you again. My name is Emmanuel. This is Tell Nigerians Switzerland.
Tell Nigerians in Switzerland too. Tell Nigerians in Europe. Tell Nigerians everywhere in the world that there is a new wind blowing. They should key into this new wind and their potentials will be harnessed.